Alright, awesome, cool. Alright, so today I'm going to rant about the behavior of some people in this society who can't seem to behave themselves in public. No, I'm not talking about how Mr. LaFave and Loyal Boys love to cause trouble on the train, but a few weeks ago I was heading home on the metro from God knows where. I get off the Green Line at Lionel Grove, then hop the Orange Line bound for Coatbridge Street so I can grab my bus to the West Island. So, sure enough, it's just past rush hour, Thursday evening, lots of people are coming home late, so they don't have to work Friday. Makes sense. So a train pulls in, and I walk into this car, and I encounter four girls occupying one of those corner seat things, painting each other's toes. On the freaking metro. Now, if anyone here has ever had any encounter with the opposite gender, you might have picked up the fact that nail products don't exactly smell like the fresh mountain air from the Granite State. So I figure the metro has good ventilation, right? So I tough it out. Slowly the smell starts to vent out through the big fans on the ceiling. We pull into the next stop and a whole load of people pile in, forcing me towards the middle of the car. Oh my gosh, out comes the nail polish remover. That stuff smells like turpentine. So now I'm stuck between a woman who has more facial hair than you can possibly imagine and a man who looks like he rents out the basement of a local McDonald's. Plus, I have a headache. Alright, so that sounds pretty bad. But it gets even better. About 3 or 4 stops later, a bunch of Sec 1 kids, maybe about 4 or 5 of them, decide to be wickedly awesome to serenade the whole bloody car with their new wickedly awesome ringtunes. Now, I'm pretty tolerant when it comes to music. When a bunch of Sec 1s want to outdo each other with Britney Spears, I think everyone develops a little hate inside for womanizers. So I'd say it's a pretty bad situation, and you might agree. But here's another speck of proof that people can't behave themselves in public, particularly public transportation. About a week or two ago, the Two Mountains train got stuck at Roxborough train station, and it was about a 20 or 30-minute delay. Nothing big. But the train was packed, so like that metro car. And sure enough, some businessman made a comment on how lousy the service was. Some other guy dared to argue with him. So sure enough, a fight broke out in the sardine can. Passengers pulled the emergency brake and the police were called. The train never left that station, and if it did, it was extremely late. Press releases from the Montreal Police Department and the AMT Inspectors Guild, little fairy princesses, say that the fight broke out of frustration and there were only verbal exchanges. No violence was involved. Now, I ask you, or instead ask any of the 300 passengers in that train car if there was no violence involved and see if they tell you the same thing. And here's another one. It was just 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, and I couldn't believe it. I was waiting for that 40-minute delay train, infamous 40-minute delay train, at the Cedar Park train station, and of course, this angry woman, who was probably late for work, like the rest of us were, stampedes through the mass of people in the shelter, runs into the train station, and starts stomping the llama crap on this woman. Now, here we are thinking to ourselves, is this woman insane? What did she expect this poor station woman to do? Snap her fingers so the train can rush in like in Harry Potter? She wanted to call the locomotive engineer and tell him that Mrs. Important or Mrs. Smith or Mrs. Jones over here at Cedar Park or Beaconsfield or Point Claire train station is late, so hurry up and fix the problem? Well, no. I just think that some people should think twice about what they do in public. I like to think that everyone inside the little sardine metro car or train car has a story to tell, a reason for being where they are now. Some people have work or jobs or school or family to tend to, and just because you think you're Mrs. Important, think again, because you're as important as everyone else. And as like the saying likes to go, it's nice to be important, but it's also important to be nice. Thank you.